Abyssosk. Recently, the Adventurers Guild has received an unusual commission.
The Traveler would be the most suitable
I will spare the pleasantries then. May I ask? Well, let me go over it briefly. Our client for this job is the Yashiro Commission. Apparently, Rift Hounds are attacking the roots of the sacred sakura nearby.
Rift Hounds? On Narb?
Yes. We are not sure where exactly these creatures come from. But this time, they are attacking in alarming numbers with great aggression, and the sacred sakura is of tremendous importance to Inazuma. I trust you are aware of this. Are good. Then you can see that this case is...
Is the Tenryou Commission aware?
Yes, and they are already taking action of their own. However, given that the sacred sakura's root system is vast and complex, and faced with the unpredictability, and their main priority is to protect the civilian population, so they are actively looking to cooperate with all other... The Adventurers Guild is one of the key parties assisting the Tenryou Commission with their work. But so far, the combined efforts to combat the Rift Hounds has failed to substantially ameliorate the situation. You have our deepest gratitude. I will mark on your map the areas where Rift Hound appearances have been recently reported.
Relax. They're attacking the sacred sakura! Stop them!
Stabilize!
Illusion shattered!
Solidify!
Now you shall perish! There's no escape! Time's up!
I will have order! Solidify!
There is no escape! There are so many of them! Come on, travelers! Take them! Torn to oblivion! Torn to oblivion! Shogun? Wait, no!
Oh, it's you two. It has been a long time. We have not seen each other since the resolution of the Tenryou Commission crisis.
Okay, sounds more like A. It is you sure made short work of them. That was amazing!
I'm making early preparations for last time we took a walk around Inazuma together. I witnessed the way the world is today. I was finally able to comprehend some things that I had never understood in the past. Since then, every time I encounter an obstacle in my thinking,
Makes sense. You must get super bored being...
might I remind you that I am not here recently. I have observed a number of changes in the external world from the plane of Euthymia. The most serious of these being the attack. I considered this matter worthy of my attention, so I pursued them, and they led me here, where I happened to run into you. If the Shogun rather than I were to discover them, yes,
Why?
precisely. According to the rules I designed for her, matters about Rift Hounds attacking the sacred Sakura.
A disaster?
Yes. 500 years ago, a great catastrophe befell Inazuma. Everything was engulfed in a pitch-black fog, and monsters ravaged the land. Countless lives were lost, and this homeland that the people had worked, the monsters committed many atrocities on Inazuman soil. And the Rift Hounds were always their advance guard. Their duty was to tear open a passage through space with their claws and teeth, and then call in even more powerful beasts. That's an episode of history that I am loath to recall. But an excess of caution is not unwarranted.
Guess you can't argue with...
Since we are both here for the same reason, from the traces they've left in the surrounding area, there's...
Paimon feels so safe when we're in A's company. Having someone who... Oh yeah, after we've dealt with the monsters, we should ask her to tell us more about This color! It's similar to the color when the sacred Sakura takes damage. Let's follow it. It should be this way.
We are lucky. The damage is not too serious. The Yashiro...
This stuff that's flowing out, is it sap or something? And how come it's glow? Huh? What's this? Could they be dead people? It wouldn't be the... What? Why would...
Let's search the area. Perhaps we will find out.
I can't go on like this. Not when the other troops are counting on me.
What happened here?
Who are you? What are you doing? Run quick while you still can. The monsters will be back. We will defend Inazuma. You don't know? Beasts and horrifying monsters are everywhere. They're every last trace of humanity's existence.
What? Look! No.
Not right now, but they'll be back. The almighty Shogun is gone. So is Kitsune Saigu. There is no... I don't know how long we can hold out for. But if we...
Don't worry, I'm right here.
It's... the Shogun. You're back. Please, we beg you. Only the glow of your supreme lightning can dispel this terrible darkness. Please.
Calm down. The war you...
Over. But...
Look around you. The grass grows green and lush, and a soft breeze blows. There are no monsters. Nor is there anything...
What? But how? Just I saw them tear my comrade to shreds.
Hey, calm down.
Huh. I think I understand. Yes. We were right to place... Thank you, Your Excellency. Thank you. Thank you.
What's wrong with him?
He's gone.
Paimon can't even begin to understand what that...
If I am not mistaken, what we just saw was a samurai's memory that was big. The sacred Sakura can absorb and purify the filth in the ley lines. After the Rift Hounds attacked, some of this filth, an entity formed with strong filth, would be highly aggressive. But when purified, it presents purified filth quickly dissipates and will be absorbed by the ley lines shortly afterwards. In other words...
So the memories of the ones that died are all appearing at this moment?
Yes. That soldier was one of the many thousands who made the ultimate sacrifice. What he was describing... Yes. Inazuma was facing many great crises at that time. Some were local in origin. The disaster in Inazuma caused me great concern. I felt that but my friend, Kitsune Saigu, I could tell that, although neither of us acknowledged it, we both knew that the road ahead would
So, Inazuma was attacked at the same time as...
Indeed. Countless monsters suddenly appeared throughout all of Inazuma. In the end, Kitsune Saigu... I never had the chance to see her one last time. But I would like to believe that she kept... But even then, Inazuma was left more devastated than we could have ever imagined. Those terrible tragedies left great wounds that are still...
Hey?
Yes. For the longest, all my martial might was in vain. Though I could conquer Tatarigami and vanquish monsters, I was helpless against the ravages of time. But after my clash with human ambition, I thought long and hard. When I traveled around Inazuma with you, I caught a glimpse of how the nation has progressed over the centuries. A glimpse of moving forward inevitably invites further loss. But also, just think of that soldier. Despite all the losses he had experienced, all those who sacrificed themselves back then gave their lives fighting for a future. But as Inazuma's god, it is high time. Warriors of the past, who spilled your blood on this land, I will never forget you.
He's taking all this pretty hard.
Come on. Let's keep investigating the damage to the sacred Sakura.
There are a load of Rifthounds here too!
Leave them to me.
Something seems wrong with A.
Why would you ask that?
Well, usually you'd pull out your sword and...
You are unduly concerned. Although I have some understanding of the situation already, it could take an unexpected... I must be prepared for anything. If there are more formidable monsters lying in wait in this area, I must make...
Makes sense. Spoken like the roots seem pretty badly damaged this time. We definitely need to tell Yashiro... Hey, the same light is leaking out again.
Furuyama?
Almighty Shogun, what brings you back so soon? I thought you...
Fighting a battle in a distant land?
Allow me to introduce Furuyama. Though blind, Furuyama is unparalleled in his ability to appraise tea.
Your Excellency, you shower me with praise undeserved. I have simply had the good fortune to be in your Excellency's presence long enough to become... It sounds like the Almighty Shogun has brought a guest. I'm afraid I'm unable to serve you any respectable refreshments on account... After all...
What should we do? Oh, yeah. Sheesh.
I see. So, most of the residents in this neighborhood have already escaped. They wanted to take me with them, but it seemed rather and now the Almighty Shogun is here. Imagine if this was something that even the almighty Shogun was powerless to resolve. Where could I possibly... People flee out of a desire to live on. And the desire to live on stems from a feeling of having unfit... But me, I have no such thoughts. And I have no... The almighty Shogun often speaks to me about her dreams over tea. Just listening to her stories. I've been blind for many years, but her vivid descriptions took me on a splendid journey to all the most... One thing she always says is, good things don't last forever. Everything changes, fades, disappears completely over the passage of time. So you see, as bleak as things may be now, I have experienced countless wonderful things in life, and have...
Perhaps.
It won't be long now before I have to say goodbye to the almighty Shogun for the last time. But I suppose it doesn't matter. Everyone says that Inazuma has turned dark now. But to me, once this catastrophe is over, life is sure to spring forth anew. But even if I survived until then... Oh, goodness me. Speaking of befuddled, look at... The almighty Shogun comes to visit and I don't have the tea ready. Truly, one moment, I'll just... I hope the others did... Really? But it's always been right by my side. Goodness gracious, I couldn't possibly have my guests fetch it themselves. That would...
Don't worry about it. Take a rest.
Almighty Shogun, you're not going too, are you? No, no, no. Your humble servant implored...
This place is... complicated. It's quite... Leave it to us.
But... Well, okay. I never thought I'd see... I can't decide whether it's a final regret or a final stroke.
Where should we go to find a tea set? Having a cup of tea isn't exactly the most urgent thing to do right now. But at the same time, this lovely old man from 500 years ago has been through so much. And it makes Paimon so sad.
I'm also feeling very nostalgic for his tea.
Oh, why don't we go to the Kamisato estate?
It's the Traveler. And the almighty Shogun. How might I be of assistance, Your Excellency?
I wish to borrow a tea set from the Yashiro.
Oh, sure. Please step into the courtyard and have a rest, almighty Shogun. Oh, and...
Be at ease. I'm not here to see Commissioner Kamisato. Actually...
No. I am your humble servant. I daren't think of my own convenience when the almighty Shogun graces me with her presence. I'll deal with it right away.
Well, it's not often we have the chance to chat. I'm sure you must...
Right. Paimon wanted to ask that too. The almighty Shogun...
I seldom had the time to drink tea. Any free time I had was spent practicing. So, in the vast majority of cases, the one he made tea for, he may well have had an inkling about there being two Raiden Shoguns. But he always acted as if he would... The philosophy of life that he shared with us just now, that was Makoto's...
You and Makoto had pretty different views.
Indeed we did. It was, in her eyes, the most precious things in this world. They are similar, but not identical. When you came charging into the plane of Euthymia, I saw human aspirations now. It seems like she was right.
Wow.
Makoto saw a bigger picture than I did. In her view, a dream and ambition is a yearning for something material, or a concrete outcome. It is finite in nature. Makoto was more concerned with the force that drives humans to constantly generate new ambitions in the first place. It is something innate.
That's...
To put it simply, Makoto wasn't concerned about out. I didn't understand at the time. How can we say that we are maintaining eternity when things are constantly moving forward and evolving? I suppose what it comes down to is the definition of, yes, it does. I always thought that she must have grasped some elusive, arcane wisdom but in the last analysis, Makoto's philosophy was, on the surface at least, an elegantly simple one.
Do you feel you're starting to understand her better now?
You have already witnessed my previous views on, but now, I no longer cling to what was lost.
Almighty Shogun, I found a tea set. This one in particular should be fit for your ex-
It's quite beautiful.
You are too kind. A humble servant such as I does not deserve-
It's all good, sir. She's actually pretty chill.
Let us return. We ought not keep Furuyama waiting too long.
He wouldn't have gone looking for a tea set himself.
Or perhaps the ley lines did not have...
So, we didn't even have a chance to...
The information held in the ley lines is complex and disorderly. The fact that we were able to meet him to begin with was a... Well, this chance won't come often, and we do have a tea. I've watched Furuyama brew tea on many occasions. I doubt I should have any major problems doing it myself. The tea is ready. Please give it a try. So many thoughts were racing through my head as I was brewing it. I'm not sure how to explain it. You're right. But the things we've seen today have brought back many memories. I've been reminded of many people, too. Kitsune Saigu, Makoto, and all the other friends who I watched pass even further back. Back at the Yashiro Commission, I kept the conversation reasonably lighthearted. The events of 500 years ago not only robbed me of my friend, Kitsune Saigu.
She died in that disaster.
Yes. She went to Conria alone. Unlike me, Makoto was no martial artist. Whenever similar but this time, the circumstances were so grave that Makoto had no choice but to leave me behind. Or, yes. She had already lapsed into unconsciousness by that point, so all I could do was enter into her mind. It was there that we bid each other a final farewell. I cried bitterly. Even in those final moments, I couldn't understand her actions. Why did she go to Conria first, and not I? Why did she keep me in the dark about it? Was it to shield me? It was there and then that I resolved to pursue eternity. As a testament to that decision, I saved her realm of consciousness just before it collapsed completely, and brought it back to Inazuma.
That's quite...
When I returned to Inazuma, I was shocked to find that a great sakura tree had appeared on Mount Yogo. The tree, that's exactly what everyone back then told me as well. That it had existed since time immemorial. They were so matter-of-fact about it, and couldn't at all understand. No one questioned it. And yet, its presence contrasted so starkly with the area as I remembered it. It seemed as if in the end, I simply had to accept that it was a miraculous effect of Makoto's consciousness. With the help of the sacred Sakura's power, I was finally able to overcome the monster.
This is all really hard to understand. Kinda beyond.
Yes. She had such a great love for this land, and for its people. I once told myself that I would never speak of these events again. But even the tea that is most bitter to the tongue, once swallowed. And it's time I came to terms with it all.
Oh, while we're on the topic, since you experienced that battle...
Sister? I had heard that you were looking for your family. You mean to say that she was somehow involved in the Conria disaster?
Based on what we've learned so far, it seems so, yeah.
I'm sorry. I wasn't there for the whole thing. By the time... And also... my mind was... So... I am a...
Oh, well, boy. Both of you have
With this last cup of tea, let us honor the Tea Master's memory. Thank you, Destiny, for giving us the chance to meet again.